Oh yeah. Why am I saving? I was about to save it like I'm even playing the fucking save yet. The fuck am I doing, bro? The fuck am I doing? Fuck am I doing? Alright. Actually, I don't even need to record it because I'll eventually download it. Alright. Continue. It's been a long time. Like a week or two. Good morning. Nice job yesterday, K-chan. Oh, if I remember we ended off some goofy goober shit. If I remember correctly, I don't really remember. Wait, I gotta make sure to bring up the chat on my phone. Placement of my OBS is terrible, so. Wait, I should be able to be. Okay, you can hear it. Good. Making sure. Also, I'm gonna turn it down just slightly. There you go. You didn't do so badly yourself, Mion. Yesterday, fun. Oh, that's right. K-chan, thank you very much. For Mr. Bear. Oh yeah, we got that prize off that clearly rigged fucking thing, bro. We clearly wasn't rigged. You know, those aren't rigged at all, 100%. Without a doubt. Without a doubt. I bet I'm looking at something. All right. I'm glad you like it. Don't use it as a pincushion, though. Haha. I wouldn't. What the fuck? Of course, we got a random boing sound, bro. Of course. Still chatting happily, we entered the classroom, but the moment I stepped into the classroom, or the room, a splashing sound and a nasty sensation. It was a bucket filled to the brim with water. And unfortunately, my foot stepped right into it. Of course, it was this little demon child that did it too, bro. It only makes sense. How diligent of you to mop the floor this morning. Yeah, thanks. Thanks, you little piece of shit. I really appreciate it. I really appreciate it. Clomp, clomp, clomp. More sound effects. Whee! Why are we crying? Ichi-san flicked my forehead. That's it. Grow up. You should set a more brutal trap next time. Seeing that, Rena began to swoon as Mion looked on dejectedly. Shorty do not care. Shorty do not care. Everything the same as always. Oh yeah, who died? Someone should have died last night. If the little prophecy thing is real, you know. Everybody was there and nothing felt out of place. The uncertainties I'd had in the back of my head since yesterday had vanished. 1000%. What is it, Keiichi-kun? Didn't get enough sleep, maybe? Yeah. Maybe? I slept like a log. But if you want, I'll do a reenactment during class. You shouldn't do that. Mion alerted us that the teacher was coming, so everyone shuffled off to their seats. We gotta get right to it. I wanna make sure I get like a good chunk of this game finished soon, bro. Or hopefully finished. Good morning, everyone. So yesterday was the festival. Thank you to all the people who stayed until the very end to help clean up. We were all slackers, so none of us actually helped clean up. Actually, I had a feeling that the only thing we did was run around the festival and cause a ruckus. Yeah. Probably what we did. Probably what we did. Okay, then. This time of year, you might see some people here from out of town doing interviews about the festival for magazines. I thought it was the usual stuff, so I was going to tune it out, but then I noticed a different tone in her voice and started paying attention. You may be asked questions. Please don't say anything silly or something that could be taken the wrong way. Do you understand? In unison, everyone replied, "Yes, ma'am." What she said was really vague, but I understood what she was trying to say. Yeah, because, ooh, the murder. After all, this was the 5th year. There were probably lots of third-rate reporters pouring in, hoping something regarding the curse had happened. It did nothing but perpetuate the village's bad image. She was saying, "Don't spout stupid shit you think is funny." And now I was one of the ones who needed to keep their mouths shut. Yeah. I found it rather cute how I felt a sense of unity from such a trite thing, if I do say so myself. And this game is interesting. To say the least. I'm wondering who died though, because there's no way no one died this year, bro. Like, we just haven't found them yet. That's definitely the thing going on. It's definitely that. I was summoned to club activities after school. Since everybody was still pretty tired from yesterday, we spent the day relaxing. Yeah, that wasn't happening. We're gonna do some crazy shit, bro. Typical class. Today, let's play a classic game of deduction. How about this one? Oh, a game from overseas. Looks interesting. What game is it, bro? Is it gonna be like some fucking Monopoly or something? The instructions are in English. Wow, it's actually from... Okay. But the rules don't seem that hard. I won't lose you here. I'm not too bad at this game. What fucking game is it, bro? It seemed that Rena didn't handle this kind of game very well. The rules are the person who can match the murderer, weapon, and the scene of the crime wins. Oh, it's like that. Okay, it's that. Okay. Deduction. I don't think that's what we call it where I am. I don't know. There were 3 kinds of cards comprised of suspects, weapons, and locations. Okay. I can see that the names Mion and Rika were written on the suspect cards, of course. Oh, a card with my name on it as well. There are plenty of different weapons too. Like knives, axes, and poison. The locations are pretty nice too. Like the living room, the study, and the courtyard. Yo, I swear to fucking God, bro. If like how we play this game, right? That one like the option, like how it happens, bro, ends up being like the person that died probably around in this area died, bro. Like that would be fucking crazy, bro. Someone's gonna fucking manifest that shit, and that's how they died. So basically, you take out one of each of the cards. These are the answer cards. Okay. So we shuffle the remaining cards and hand them out. We ask each other about the cards and figure out the right ones. Oh, I see. So the cards nobody has are the true perpetrators. Okay. Then you raise your hand if you know the answer. The game ends and we check if the answer is correct. If you're right, then you get a point. If you're wrong, then you lose a point. The game ends if no one gets it right. All the cards are gathered up and distributed. That sounds pretty normal. You'll learn as you go. You really have it to use your brain. Okay. You'll get confused if you don't take notes. Okay, demon children. The rest of you can figure out by playing. So, Mion, what's the penalty for this time? Everyone directed their attention to Mion. Now, what vile things does she have planned this time, bro? Let's see here. We're all sort of a little tired from yesterday, so maybe we'll take it easy with a gopher penalty. You'll be asked to rush out and buy stuff for everyone. Okay, so, you know, a fucking shuttle. So just being asked to go buy stuff like drinks and candy, I guess. I feel like the penalty today is pretty simple. I wonder, is it really? I don't know, man. Is Keiichi thinking what I'm thinking? No. Yeah. You don't know what you'll have to buy. I'm betting Mion would send out whoever loses to go buy stuff like hemorrhoid cream or happy family planning manual or other crazy stuff. The cards were lightly shuffled and passed out to each player. The real perpetrator, the correct weapon, and the scene of the crime have been taken out, so that means all the cards I have in my hand are innocent cards. Then I'll go first, since I'm the club president, I guess. Well then, Mion, knife, study. You pick one suspect, weapon, and murder scene and ask each person. If you have any of these cards, then you must say, I have one. However, you don't need to say which one you have. Yeah, I got it. Me too. I have one. Oh my. All of them are here. 3 people answered when she asked if they had Mion, knife, and study. So that means Mion, knife, and study are all in the clear. Gotta jot that down. Then I'll go. Rena, axe, lounge. Only 2 people said they had one? So it means out of Rena, axe, and lounge, one of them is correct and is part of the crime? No, wait. Even if they say they have one, they don't have to say how many. I see. It's possible that either Sadako or Rika-chan has 2 of the cards. While Kei-chan is next, go ahead. Oh, wait, just a little. I'm still sorting things out. The game has me thinking more than I thought. Oh man, this feels like it's going to be tough. Does it really? I mean, I don't know. At least like it's just bare minimum. Okay, they have these cards, bro. Like it's kind of simple. All right, now I have the criminal. What? Already? Here I am spinning around in circles, and Mion just now raises her hand. The murderer is Rika-chan in the infirmary with poison. Well, Mion drew the cards from the box and we checked to see if her deduction was right. It was fucking wrong. Oh, you were right. Never mind. All I needed was one more hand. I couldn't tell whether it was poison or pistol. There was a pistol option? Okay. I'd never use a pistol. I like killing them slowly with poison. The happiest smile ever on a little ass girl. Yeah, okay, freak. Rika-chan said such a hugely terrifying thing with such a sweet little face. Yeah, weird ass kid, bro. Put her in a fucking institution, bro. Maybe that was nah, it's not me. I don't give a fuck. Everyone was making a commotion about how they almost had it. Rena and I were left out in the cold though, cause y'all niggas were stumbling, bro. How did you do, Keiichi-kun? I couldn't get it at all. Don't worry, I had no idea either. I don't know if it let me play out. If it let me play out the game, I probably would have figured it out, bro. But whatever. Don't worry, I had no idea either. Okay, so I literally just said that, okay. How can you both be so unsure? You'll both end up in last place together at this rate. That's even worse. Going off buying something together as a couple. Okay, bro, no one said couple. Only you said that. Only you were thinking about this. What if we ended up having to buy the happy family planning guide? Nigga, you're the only one thinking about this. You're the only one doing this, bro. I could tell from Keiichi's expression that he's not very good at this game. How about this nigga Keiichi get a fucking poker face, bro? This nigga just being read by like a fucking book, bro. I swear to God. What? That's not true. I'll show you the true power of Sherlock Maybara during the next round. Sherlock Maybara. Okay. My. That sounds just wonderful. I shall give you quite the thrashing. Demon and also demon. After that, I managed to somehow grasp the trick behind the game, but I was still always a step or two behind. I don't know, man. Maybe you're just slow, bro. I'm gonna keep it a buck. I saw that Mion was somehow gleaning information from the others, for how the others were asking their questions. The level of experience was just too much. The only way I could stage a comeback was if I became ruthless. I tossed out the simple conception of deduction, the concept of deduction, and switched over to the thought process needed to win. The important thing isn't to find out the criminal. It's to win the game. Valid? If you don't, if you're not first, you're last. That's how it is, bro. That's how it works. Huh? Nigga hit the Eureka. Locking in. Sorry. Need to go to the bathroom. Take your time and squeeze out a nice... Hey, yo. Michan, that's gross. I had them off the game and headed down the hall. The air was crisp. It showed just how stagnant the air in the classroom was from our body heat. All right, bro. Maybe y'all just stink. On the school grounds, some of our classmates were still playing around. After spending some time cooling my head, Rena had made her way over towards me. Keiichi-kun, did you call for me? Yeah, I did. As I got up from my seat, I winked over at Rena. All right, weirdo. I'm glad it worked out. I don't want to waste too much time, so I'll get straight to the point. Rena, what's your record at this game we're playing today? Probably absolute garbage. She was taken aback. After a moment, she hesitantly opened her mouth. Well, all losses. I thought so. Why do you ask? I wonder. I wonder? I could tell from how apprehensively she was playing. The way things are going, I will as well. I can't figure out how a way to pull off a last-minute comeback on this one. So, I guess both of us are taking the penalty? Hey, don't accept defeat already. How about we win this? Both of us. But how? Can we? I brought my lips up to Rena's ear. Okay. Whisper, 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 whisper. Huh? Is that allowed? Did you forget, Rena? The second rule of our society. Do everything in your power to obtain victory. That is honestly kind of base, but it's just like, maybe not everything. Yeah, I'll try my best. I wonder what sick-ass plan this nigga has, bro. Our plan of attack was quite rudimentary. It was quite a rudimentary one. At the beginning of the game, everyone would be focused on their own hand for a while, taking notes and whatnot. Since our seats were right next to each other, we'd reveal our hands to each other. All right, so we're cheating. Okay. But I guess that's like the whole thing where it's like, oh, it doesn't fucking matter. If we did it under the desk, then nobody would know. I think they would know. I think they would know. We'd begin the game with twice as much information as everyone else. Having this much information would mean we'd need to investigate less. With this sort of plan of attack, we start off with a big lead over the other guys. We're straight just cheating, but okay. Let it. Hey, bro, if you win, doesn't matter. Yeah, with this, we can probably win. We both smirked at each other. Huh. If I was the shady businessman, then Rena was the corrupt senator. Pleasure doing business with you. Pleasure doing business with you. Crazy. Okay. Then let's hurry back. We'll work as a duo to surprise everyone. Hey now! There's no point if we go back together. It'd be like flat out telling them we made a little arrangement. Oh, sorry, then what should we do? Go back ahead of me, Rena. I'll take my time coming back after I washing my face or something. Okay, I got it. Beans. Rena turned around and headed back to the classroom. I guess I should wait a little bit longer before going back. If it went too soon, it wouldn't seem like I went to the bathroom. If Mion or one of them suspected something, there could be problems. Well, they'd figure it out sooner or later because both Rena and I would start winning over and over again. Unless y'all both suck at cheating, bro. Like, there's a high possibility of that, too. Both Rena and I will have earned enough points to avoid being the losers by the time Mion realized what was happening. Excellent. Not bad at all. Meibara-kun, may I have a moment? It's the teacher? Man, things were just getting good. What is it? We have a guest. Please make your way to the entrance. Ooh, a guest? It's not like I own a hotel. They have been waiting. Please hurry. It was It was rather unfortunate that I'd have someone waiting on me right before my big match. But I was more interested in the unexpected guest. Who the fuck's showing up? I didn't want to waste any time, so I decided to take care of it quickly. The entryway was a heavy contrast from the hot sunlight and deep shadows. Waiting there, looking uncomfortably warm, was a middle-aged man, his tie sloppily loosened and his jacket tucked underneath his arm. Yo, who's this old nigga looking for some child, bro? Kinda weird. Unless it's your, like, uncle, but I doubt it's your uncle. Are you, Meibara-san? Wait, watch this be some fucking detective that's gonna be like, your fucking dad died or some shit. I'm like, oh, H.E. Meibara-san? There was no question that he wasn't a resident of Hinamizawa, and that this was without a doubt the first time he had met me. Ever since I met Tomitake-san, I've been running into so many middle-aged men. That's kind of weird, bro. That's not kind of weird. That is weird. That's right. Who might you be? I have the AC on in my car, so let's... Huh? There's no way you're getting in the car with this nigga. Absolutely zero way you're getting in the car with this nigga, bro. Hello? It's a bit hot here, don't you think? Okay, nigga just goes. Yo. The man, completely ignoring my question, pointed over to his car parked near the gate and began walking. You've got to be kidding me. I had no intention going along with some geezer I didn't know. And he was just asking me to get in his car with him? Okay, he's actually thinking about it. Is he going? I'm not going to bite. Come on now. That's what predators say. I ain't gonna touch you. Looking at us like, huh? That's not what niggas These people are weird, bro. These people are weird, bro. Where? He opened the back door of his car and called me over. I didn't like this old man, but I wanted to know what this was about. Why? Even while knowing that conversations with that start out like this have never led to anything good. The inside of his car was pretty cool. Okay, okay. Cars with air conditioners are supposed to be a luxury. Okay. My dad didn't have a car, have one in his car at least. Please let me know if it's too cold for you, okay? I have a habit of cranking it up all the way. So what business do you have with me? Out of spite, I decided to ignore his remark in the same way he did to me and start my own line of questioning. He pulled out a notepad from his pocket and took out a picture that was stuck between the pages. Oh. On it was the face of a pretty goofy looking guy. If you know anything related to this individual, then please tell me. Who the heck is this? I doubt even his close friends would be able to recognize him, who he was from this expressionless picture that looked like it was taken at a DMV. There were scribbles on his shirt done in permanent marker, starting with yours, Maybara-san, and quite a... Whoa. Is Tomitake nigga dead? Is he... Because this dude has his shirt on. Maybara-san and quite a few of your classmates signed as well. Huh? This is Tomitake-san? There was no hint of his usual unreliable and easygoing personality in this photo. It was an expressionless, half-asleep face. Then, do you know this woman? Even before seeing it, I had a good idea who it was. I don't remember her name, but she's some lady who was with Tomitake-san last night. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Maybe not dead? Is that a fucking mugshot that he got up? Or something like that? I didn't know what her name was, but I did know she was a resident of Hinamizawa. Okay, that was... Okay. When was the last time you saw these two? The night of the Watanagashi. We spoke. They seemed pretty close, I guess? Did anything bother you about them? Anything is fine. Go ahead and say it. Being asked for every little detail is very troubling, to be honest. I had a pretty good idea of who this guy was by now. Did something happen to them? There was no response to my inquiry. That's where I applied to the silence in kind. I was pretty sure, no, certain that this guy was a cop. Okay, so it was a cop. Then why? Why was he asking about Tomitake-san? Did something happen to him? More importantly, why me? Shouldn't there have been plenty of other people who knew more about him than I did? The roar of the air conditioner felt unbearably loud. After a long pause, he finally spoke up again. You've moved here recently. Isn't that right, Maybara-san? Are you aware, I wonder, about the stories of Oyashiro-sama? My heart began to race. I'm pretty terrible at hiding things. It probably showed on my face. Not at all. If you don't, then that's fine. Well, I have heard of it, of course. This shit's weird. This shit's weird. Tomitake-san told me, actually. How much do you know about it? The dismemberment killing, the accidental death, the death by illness, followed by a suicide. And the last lady was beaten to death. Okay. The incident that always happened of the day of the Watanagashi ended in suspicious deaths. I didn't think Tomitake-san would have kept anything from me. Hey, bro, but you don't know these niggas. I think that was everything. No, rather, I didn't want to think there was anything more than that. Do you know of that, well, curse, Maybara-san? Feel free to speak openly about it. I don't believe in it. My answer was instant. It wasn't so much that I didn't believe in it. It was just, I was on the verge of believing. I wanted to clear away my own beliefs. That was the more prominent feeling. Interesting. Really? Then, That's great. Guess you really are one of those city-raised boys. So what if I don't believe? I have friends waiting, so could you get to the point, please? The man in this picture is dead. Oh, shit. Tometake is dead? My mind went blank. What happened to Tometake-san? It would seem that he died last night. Ah, shit. That was the night of the Watanagashi. You understand the implications behind that, Maebara-san? Implications? Not any for the cause of his death or the reasons behind it. The real problem was that he died on the day of the Watanagashi, meaning year of the curse. Oyashiro-sama had once again. The death of Jiro Tometake is still confidential. You can understand why that is, right? I didn't want to understand why. Please tell me. Tell me what happened. It was rather peculiar. It might be a little too graphic for someone born and raised in Hinamazawa. It was a roundabout way of saying it, but it caused me a doubt whether or not I wanted to hear the rest. I would only regret forcing myself to learn something I shouldn't. Or at least that's how I figured I would feel if I listened to the rest. I want to hear it, bro. Tell me what happened to this nigga, bro. One of our patrol cars discovered the body on the way back from security detail at the festival. It was late, about 5 till midnight. The location was you know where the road into town becomes paved, right? Down past the slope, on the shoulder, around there. There were a few street lights on that road. Pitch black darkness was only broken up by the lights of passing cars on the moon. It was a stroke of luck that Tometake was spotted collapsed on the shoulder of the road. Tometake was face down, covered in blood. Blood and muck covered the asphalt. We thought it was a hit and run at first, but when the officer checked to see if he was still alive, he quickly noticed something abnormal. His throat has been ripped open. Oh, shit. From a knife or something, right? No. Nails. Nails? As in fingernails? With those he clawed through? From the coroner's report, it was revealed that it was from his own nails. Huh? What does that mean? Basically, it means it wasn't a murder. It was suicide. Tometake-san thought there was a reason to tear his own throat? As hard as he could with his own nails. Or through the skin until he started to bleed. And even then, Tometake didn't stop. He continued clawing. With enough intensity that it could have peeled off his nails, still clawing. Still clawing. Then as his nails reached those vital arteries that you should never damage, he continued clawing. Blood splattered on the ground around him. As he bled, while gasping for breath, he collapsed. His body spasmed, and he died in agony. We thought drugs were to blame, but nothing of the nature was detected. But this, it was suicide? I've never heard of such a thing. It's a natural way of dying. If this wasn't a mysterious death, then what was? The way he died. In these 5 years, his death most resembled that of a curse. As if to show both himself, or myself and Tometake-san, who proclaimed there was no such thing as a curse, that we were wrong. Alright. There were a few more suspicious details. From his body chemistry, perspiration, epilation, and so on, we concluded that he was in a state of hysteria right before his death. That was a given. It's hard to believe someone could be in a sound state of mind while clawing out their own neck or throat. Wounds of his matched a discarded piece of lumber found nearby. There were traces of where he struck trees and the guardrails within. There are traces of where he struck trees. Okay. Tomitake-san's blood was found all over the place, meaning that while tearing his own throat out, he was swinging around a piece of lumber. There were external injuries which were not self-inflicted discovered on Tomitake-san. It was a high probability that Tomitake was assaulted. The external injuries suggested that there was multiple suspects. What the fuck? Whoa, bro, this shit getting crazy. I ain't gonna lie. To summarize, Tomitake was surrounded and attacked. While wandering the night roads in a state of panic after being cornered, he picked up a piece of lumber and tried fighting back. Somewhere in there, he began madly tearing at his own throat, clawing at it. Then he died. That's fucking weird. That's like the weird part about, like, why the fuck was he clawing at his neck? Like, what the fuck was that? The presumed time of death was around 9:23, meaning it occurred right after you finished talking to Tomitake-san at the... What the fuck? So it literally happened right at, like, after he left. What the That's gross knowing that, bro. Everyone signed Tomitake-san's shirt, then parted ways right after that. Oh yeah, he should have been with a woman. What about her? She's missing. She hasn't shown up to work, hasn't returned home either. There's a very high probability that she was involved in this incident. For a while, I could only gaze off into space. I never would have thought that something unfortunate happened to somebody close to me could affect me this deeply. The time I had spent with Tomitake-san was short. But we went to the same festival, spent time together, and took part in the same competition. He was one of us. We have been continuing the investigation on various fronts, but when it comes to Oyashiro-sama's curse, the villagers here aren't very cooperative. Then I knew very well. I would have been none the wiser if not for Tomitake-san and the outsider telling me. So that's why you came to me? Because I'm not originally from Hinamizawa? I should have been angry that was the reason he wanted to hear what happened from me. If things go the way they have been, then the conclusion about that Jiro Tomitake died from Oyashiro-sama's curse. He turned away from me and gazed far off into the distance. The night of the Watanagashi, during the sacred ritual, he callously snapped off photos, angering Oyashiro-sama. That's how it's going to turn out. Fact. There's no way Oyashiro-sama would inflict divine punishment on Tomitake-san. Tomitake-san had to have been killed by humans in a cowardly group, no less. There's no way I'm going to let this end up being the fault of some curse. I think so as well. There's no way such a thing as divine. There's no such thing as divine punishment of curses. The tense mood was cut by the man's hearty laugh. That's how this must be, Maebara-san. Cooperation from individuals in Hinamizawa who don't believe in the curse is indispensable. Understand? Either Tomitake-san or I believed in curses. But with the way things are going, it would just end up with Tomitake-san's death marking the 5th year, which would mean that Hinamizawa had rejected Tomitake-san. That was something I couldn't allow. Tomitake-san was one of us. He didn't live in Hinamizawa, but he came every single year. In a sense, he was more of a resident than I was. This is fucking wild, bro. Tomitake-san is dead. That lady we were the lady we were talking to last night and Tomitake-san, holy shit. Nigga dead and she's missing? What the freak? There was no way that Tomitake-san could have been cursed by Oyashiro, for sure. But there is nothing I can do to help. I have no idea what happened that night either. No, if you see or hear anything that draws your attention, then that is enough. If I see or hear, is he talking in the future tense? Things or people or rumors. Anything is fine. I don't care if they're unfounded. Here, this is my number. If I'm not there, then just leave a message with whoever picks up. He handed me a piece of paper with his number on it, but I hesitated for a second. If I took it, then whether I wanted to or not, I'd be mired uh, deep in this in this matter. Please help me solve these questions surrounding Tomitake-san's unfortunate death. That's right. Why was I hesitating? I needed to find the murderer who killed my friend. I snatched out the piece of paper as a satisfied grin appeared on his face. Or spread on his face. Damn. That's fucking crazy, bro. Like, we were just talking to this nigga, like, hours ago. And he's dead. He's dead. That's crazy, bro. Everything we spoke of today is a secret. Please keep this confidential. Understood. From your friends as well. Especially from Sonezake-san and Furuta-san. Please do not inform them. Sonezake? You mean Mion? Why? Are you saying that they have something to do with the incident? With my friend's names brought up so abruptly, and being told not to keep it a secret from them, I became rather angry. This is why they call investigative privilege, I suppose. What they call that. Don't play games with me. Mion is a close friend of mine. I snapped at him, but he didn't seem to especially be offended. I wouldn't mind telling you, but it may just upset you. Say it! He hesitated a little. Turning his gaze to the outside of the car, he began speaking after thinking for a bit. There's a possibility that the string of incidents happening here in Hinamizawa are a result of a village conspiracy. There's no way that could be right. Give me a break. First of all, is there any proof of that? No evidence. Also, each of the cases were resolved and none of the perpetrators had any direct connection to the village. Then how did you come to that conclusion? Every year, the enemies of the village die on the day of the Watanagashi. Don't you think that's enough reason to suspect something? One of the residents of Hinamizawa felt that the day of the Watanagashi was sacred. So basically, because incidents happened on that day, it was somehow related to Hinamizawa? First it was the dam reconstruction foreman. Then it was the villager who supported it. Those the village hold a grudge against die. Okay, never mind. That makes sense. Those the village hold a grudge against die one after another from mysterious cases. That means the means are different, but in the end the result is the same. Unfounded, unreasonable suspicion. But it couldn't just be shrugged off. So the victims after that, what about the Shinto priest and his wife's death, huh? They weren't enemies of the village. The villagers had expected leadership from the Shinto priest at the time of the dam dispute, but he wasn't proactive. So there was a faction of the villagers who harbored ill will towards him as a result. Ill will? It's not like he did anything bad to the village. What about the housewife after that? Did she die just because she was the wife of the brother who of a supporter? That's such a trivial reason to kill someone. And what about Tomitake-san? He's not affiliated with the dam project at all. Was he killed just because he was an outsider? In the beginning, it fell on those related to the dam project, but as the years went on, the enemy threshold of the victims had become much lower. Well, that's the scary part. Bar keeps getting lower. What's scary about that? It means it's not just enemies of the village anymore. Just being an outsider is a reason enough. Then next year's victim, they're just going to be picked out of the village, outsider pool. It might be the person that just moved here. What do you mean by that? I swallowed my words. Here in Hinamizawa, the ones who would be considered the most outside would be my family. I was proof enough of that, wasn't I? I still couldn't really remember the names of the people I passed by. Then the next victim's my family. Was he saying that it was going to be me? But what does that have to do with Mion? I can't go into details, but the Sonozaki family led the dam protests. Quite fervently so. This is also true of Mion Sonozaki herself. She has quite a few misdemeanor and obstruction of police officer offenses, public worker offenses on her record because of the protest. I knew Mion was, I knew Mion knew what it meant to fight. That was the first I'd heard of her family leading the protest, though. Damn, so she was involved? Then, well, what did it all mean? Are you saying that Mion's family is involved in this string of incidents? I wouldn't go that far. I'm just saying that if it was a conspiracy, that they'd have the highest probability of being behind it. Not a very clear explanation. It felt like he'd magnificently avoided the details I really wanted to know. We don't know who or how involved anyone is right now. That is expected. That is exactly why I don't want to say anything to the villagers. Instead of answering, I gave a very bitter expression. It seems that he understood it well enough. And think of it like this. I don't want to worry the villagers who blindly believe in this, believe it's cursed. How about that? What do you mean, how about that? How should I know? But the reasoning behind wanting me to not carelessly open my mouth about it wasn't too hard to comprehend. The perpetrator was here. It had nothing to do with the curse. He was definitely going to be caught by the police and made to pay for his crimes. And none of the villagers have anything to do with the process. That process. It may cause those sensitive about the curse to just worry needlessly. Just like everyone kept it from me, so I wouldn't worry about it. Is it now my turn to keep it from them, so they don't have to worry? I was just talking to myself. Unlike me, however, everyone else had been worrying over these mysterious incidents yearly, and the incident that this time probably means a lot more to them. I didn't want to bother them anymore. In the end, everything went as the man had wanted, as insipid as it was, but it couldn't be helped. I understand. I'll keep it to myself. Is that fine? Mr. Oishi from the Okinomiya police station. You can call me Kuro-chan if you want. No, Oishi-san is fine. The way he said that was unpleasant, yet retained hints of politeness. He was the spitting image of a vulgar police officer. Though I've never seen one this bulky before in the cop shows I've watched. Okay. I've taken up too much time. Your friends are waiting, aren't they? I should probably let you get back to them. That's fucking crazy. Imagine just hearing, like, imagine just like getting visited at school, bro. Like, okay, cop pulls up, talks to you, bro, gets you in the back of the car, be like, one of your friends died, but you can't tell anybody about it, and you're gonna help me figure out who the fuck did it. Like, and you can't tell nobody, not your friends, not your family, nobody, bro. It's like, what the fuck? I don't know, man. That's crazy. That's crazy fucking. That's an info hazard, bro. The door opened with a click, and it screamed the oppressive heat. It was blistering outside the car. Was it really this hot of a day? It was an almost cruel heat, as opposed to the mechanical coolness inside the car. It was as if the land of Hinamizawa itself suddenly hated me. I felt a little sad that the thought crossed my mind. I didn't mean to suspect your friends. Please don't misunderstand that. I refrained from telling him that it was too late to say something that self-serving. It's fine if you don't see or hear anything, Meibara-san. There is enough proof that the village is not involved. I'll contact you if I hear or see anything, but I'm no detective. Please don't expect too much from me. I won't. You don't have to become a detective. Just go on living as you have up until now. Just let me know if you notice anything. That's a crazy thing to ask after you told this nigga that his friend died. I hastily made my way back to the school building after giving him a quick bow. See you later. Farewell, Meibara-kun. I returned to the school building without looking back. Now, that's fucking crazy, dude. That's fucking crazy. I don't know how much time had passed. I did feel bad for keeping them waiting, but right now, there was a lot in my mind. Tomitake-san's death was hard enough as it was, but to think that there was a possibility of a village conspiracy? Worse still, that there was a chance that Mion was involved? Nonsense! Impossible! Not Mion, Rika, Sadako, or Rika-chan! No way! It was a group that attacked Tomitake-san. Who could the perpetrators be? Could it be they were hiding here somewhere in Hinamizawa? I didn't know. All I could say for certain was that I knew that Mion couldn't be the perpetrator. Yo, it's Michan, the perpetrator. How very convenient. Huh? I was startled to hear Rena's voice. With the rope in the lounge. Nope. No! Rena clutched her head while flailing about. Looks like you're just self-destructing over here. Wow. Ah! Keiichi-san, you're quite late. As you may well know, I'm seething with anger. Sorry about that. I was called to the staff room, you see. You were reprimanded for bad behavior? That's a shame. Disagree with it, bro. Well, it's been pretty heated over here. Since it's getting pretty late, let's make the next game the last one. If I remember right, I had 0 points. Isn't it pretty much decided that I'm going to be finishing in last place? Don't worry, Keiichi-kun. I'm at -1 points. How the fuck did you get negative points? What the heck? Her score is lower than mine and I wasn't even playing? This is the final match to decide if the penalty is going to be carried out by Rena alone or both Keiichi and Rena. Kei-chan and Rena. Yeah, right. Just let Rena do the penalty by herself. We made a promise, Keiichi-kun, that we would both win. I waited all this time, you know. You know? So we're just yapping. I'm sorry about that. Alright. I followed my initial plan of showing Rena my cards, but I didn't say who the criminal was. And just waited for her to call. I got it! The murderer is me! With the poison and the entrance. Is it? Is it? My. Rena, quite the quick answer. Another stab in the dark, huh? Oh. Rena's correct. Oh, then it's decided that Keiichi-san shall take part of the penalty as well. Hooray! Keiichi-kun, let's do our best. Yeah, let's do our best. It's my fault, so I have no choice. Then that's the game. It's me, Mion Sonozaki, ranked first. And dead last is Keiichi Maebara and Rena Ryugu. Oh, yo. Ryugu, I've heard. Okay. Everyone applauded, and the game ended. The problem now was the penalty. What the fucking penalty gonna be? Like, what are we gonna both buy, bro? Now then, I ranked first, so I'll decide what she'll be buying for the gopher penalty. Shuttle that shit over. What will she make us buy? I wonder. Let's blacklist the drugstore. That was your aim, wasn't it? Huh? I don't have any business at the drugstore. Yeah, you're gonna go make us buy perks, bro. Aren't you fucking freak? Some Vikes, bro. This old man's already got a list prepared for you on a piece of paper. Whoa, there's a lot written here. A lot? Damn it. What is she making us buy? 2 blocks of tofu. Okay. Shampoo and conditioner. Okay. Apple vinegar and fried tofu. The heck is this? It looks more like a shopping list than a penalty. He was certain she was going to win today. Damn, she had her shopping list done, bro. Okay. Rule 7 of our society. You cannot refuse any penalty. Here's some money. The shampoo I usually get is Fruit Fable. Thanks. This is just your grocery list? Yeah, clearly. I promised myself that I if I won next time, I'd make her go buy hemorrhoid cream. Valid. Shush. Nah, insane revelation that Tomitake is dead. And of course, like, the picture we have of him is like his emotionless ass face, bro. With the shirt they all signed on, bro. That's insane. All right, continue. We're at an hour, so yeah, we're gonna keep going, bro. Sleepy. Whoa, that was a really big yawn, Keiichi-kun. I'm usually awake once it's time to eat, but doesn't look like I can do it today. Damn. I was watching TV until late last night, so I'm tired right now. Was one of those raunchy TV shows you love on or something? Love so much on last night? How extremely vile! Don't jump to the conclusions. It's perfectly normal for boys. Nothing to be ashamed about. Rika was not patting my head, only made me feel worse. Could you just let me pass out this lunch break? No, seriously. You think I would just sit here and allow that? No. I'll get really angry if you disturb me. Really angry. On. This was just dreadful. Just so sleepy. I slumped my head onto the desk and drifted off into an afternoon nap. It seemed that Sadako had responded, but I pretended not to hear her. Cut it out, Sadako-chan. Keiichi-kun fell asleep. His sleeping face is so cute. You can take him home later. Okay. Let him be for now. Let's move over there. It'd be rude to Keiichi if we bothered him now. Rika-chan really is a good girl. Alright, bro. Let's not wake him up until let's not wake him up even if the teacher comes back. I take that back. The excuse that I didn't sleep much last night because I was watching TV was a lie. I mean, obviously, nigga, you were thinking about the crazy shit that cops told you yesterday, bro. I was in bed at the usual time, but because of the conversation with Oishi-san that afternoon, I didn't get much sleep. Of course you fucking didn't. Just spending the day like this, it's almost as if the incident with Tomitake-san didn't happen at all. I mean, that's how you're supposed to feel right now, or think. It made me think, was Oishi-san trying to deceive me? But it was probably the truth. One thing was certain, I couldn't speak to anyone about it. I wanted my assistance, but he wanted my assistance, but I really didn't know anything about it. If I knew I wasn't going to be able to be of any help, I probably wouldn't have listened in the first place. It ended up with me again, regretting learning something I didn't need to know. If I had never learned about it, I would without a doubt be goofing off with the rest of them right now. I couldn't help but resent Oishi-san for this. Huh? What was that? I heard he wasn't there the next day. It appears he vanished the night of the Watanagashi. Mion whispered to keep the others from listening, but I could hear it clearly. On the other hand, Rena's voice was even harder to pick up, but I could still tell that she was quite upset. It couldn't be. Are they talking about Tomitake-san? Something Itake? Not sure. That's all I know. I would have to feign ignorance about this topic because I needed to keep it a secret. Rather than waking up and being forced to lie to join the conversation, it was much easier just to sit here and pretend I was sleeping. Pretend I was asleep to listen on to the discussion. Wait, why did I have to pretend to be asleep while eavesdropping on my friend's conversation? The guilt stung. So, and me and the others, and me, there are others, right? Too? But they didn't know if it's from the curse or if it was, if this was on Onikakushi. Onikakushi? Onikakushi? To be hidden away by a demon. What a mysterious phrase. I did, however, get the feeling it meant nothing good. I think isn't like the name of this game like Oni Kikuchi? Like this is like the first chapter called Oni Kikuchi, I think. There was another, right? Right? If it was Oyashiro-sama's, yeah. But this year, that at all? Grandma and the mayor had talked about it. Seems they talked to the police about it beforehand. They said they'd take care of it. Take care of whatever happens this year without causing a commotion. Then, without us knowing, someone had them, and you mean AB. Next could be me, I wonder. Don't worry. You got home safely. But is not allowed, right? That was a long time ago. Let's stop talking about this. Amidst the uncomfortable mood, both of them went silent. The entirety of the conversation was still a bit unclear, but a few parts caught my attention. First of all, the term Oni Kikuchi. To be demoned away by the context it was used in. Yeah, I would guess it's similar to being spirited away. Spirited Away reference. Let's go. No, I wouldn't say reference, but it's like, hey, Spirited Away. I suspected that was what it meant because Tomitake-san and that woman, it really bugged me that I didn't know her name, vanished after the Watanagashi. The next thing that stuck out was when Rena said, there's another one, right? Ion also said, if it's Oyashiro-sama's, yeah, responded to something. If it's Oyashiro-sama's curse, then there had to be 2 victims. Is that what she meant? I'm gonna think of it. I remember Mion saying at the beginning that they didn't know if it was from the curse or if it was a case of the Oni Kikuchi. Seems that the curse and being demoned away are 2 different things, and they are phenomena that were paired together. I recalled Tomitake-san's terrible end. That wasn't something as elegant as disappearing. That horrendous end would best be described as cursed. Yeah? Then the woman with him, it means she vanished because she was demoned away? What do I do? What I do know this. God damn, I can't read. What I do know is, I was going so well, pal, that there's normally an even number of victims of the curse proper. And the last point that bothered me was Rena. Rena was frightened. For what reason, I didn't know. However, she knew that something had made her a potential target for Oyashiro-sama's curse. If I recall correctly, Oyashiro-sama should be the guardian deity of Hinamizawa. Isn't a guardian deity supposed to defend the citizens and drive out invaders? If I recall correctly, yesterday Oishi-san said the original targets were enemies of the village, but recently there were no longer any distinction between them or regular outsiders. But if that was the case, then then I would think that I'd be the more likely target, having moved here more recently than Rena. From her composure, I could infer that she was grimly certain that she would be next. I should probably relay that I heard just now to Oishi-sama, or Oishi-san-sama, no. Informing the police of what I heard by eavesdropping on my friends while pretending to be asleep. It made me feel terrible. It raised a few questions and left me with a bad taste in my mouth. Would it be better not to seek the answers to those questions? As I continued to learn more and more, it felt like I had fallen past the point of no return. I would definitely regret this one day. I would definitely regret having heard or having learned of these events. Yeah, for sure. And it goes right into fucking haha funny goofy goober music. The teacher approaches. Heichi-san, you must awaken. In the distance, I could hear the ring of the handbell signaling the start of the afternoon classes. I couldn't sleep at all. I hesitantly opened my eyes and raised my head up. It was at that moment when I leaned against the back of my seat. Ow! It was a thumbtack stuck on the back of my chair with tape. Circumstantial evidence was enough. Satoko! Guilty without trial. Capital punishment. I furiously jumped up from my seat. And I tripped as my feet were tangled up. My shoelaces had been tied together. God damn, yo. Not bad, Sadako. While I was sleeping, you were able to conceal your presence and able to pull off this fine piece of work. The teacher came in right as I was about to pull off my shoes and tackle Sadako. Ho ho ho! Did you not notice that our teacher has arrived, Keiichi-kun? Or Keiichi-san? Take your seat. Not caring one bit, I made her eat a flick to the forehead. Well, Keiichi-san is being mean. Hey! Don't pick on the younger Kei's, Meibara-kun. Apologize to her. I saw Sadako stick her tongue out at me, that little brat. Come on, Meibara-kun. Yeah, I'll apologize. Sorry, Sadako-san. In any case, I apologize, even if it was in a completely insecure tone of voice. Damn her, I'll remember this. Dog. I don't know how we can go back to normal after what we heard. Like, that's crazy, bro. I don't know, like, you know, if anyone, you know, is here, like, watching that, like, it was here when I was reading that shit. That shit was crazy. That shit was fucking crazy, bro. Yeah. Keiichi-san, get your revenge in the club meeting. Take your seat. I sat down after Mion told me to. He'd switched to class representative mode. Oh shit. Guess something supposed to happen there. My bad. With the boring classes finished, school was finally over for the day. Now then, what should we do for our club today? Personally, I would like to play that deduction game one more time. I was hardly able to play the last time because of Oishi-san. Rena and I weren't able to test out our strategy, but I mean, y'all will probably get figured out faster, bro. That's right. Today, Keiichi-kun and I will be victorious. What should we do? We've never played the same game 2 days in a row before. Why not try asking me? Mion looked over her shoulder as she made eye contact. She slowly tapped her palm with her fist as her face suddenly lit up. Oops, I completely forgot. I need to go home and help my uncle today. Sorry, guys. Not today. Helping your uncle? Aren't you a little goody two-shoes? Aren't you a little goody two-shoes? Sorry, really. I really did forget. Well then, sorry, guys. This old man is heading back home now. Mion left us with that and rushed off to the exit after snatching up her bag. You see, Michan, she sometimes goes to help out at her uncle's shop in town. I thought she wasn't the type to get caught up in such bothersome stuff. She said that she gets paid for it. It's quite a bit of spending money, from what I hear. I see. Makes sense. She was able to pay for that mountain of games with what she saved up from there. Okay. But that... Wouldn't you call that a part-time job? Isn't that against school policy? Shut up. There's a clause that states family businesses are excluded. Is that what she's calling it? So what now? Pass on the club today? So we're done today, I guess? Want to be fine even without the club president? Let's do this. I opened the club locker and began searching for the deduction game from the ever-growing pile of games. Ah, here it is. The deduction game from yesterday. Man, I had to stop just as I was getting the hang of it. At the very least, I wanted to repay Sadako for what she did during the afternoon break. I don't mind. But is that fine for Rena, San, and Rika? If Keiichi-kun wants to do it so badly, I wouldn't mind playing for a bit. I think it's better if we do it with when everyone gets here. Damn so. Well, when she says it like that. I wanted to go shopping if there wasn't a club meeting today. Going to buy some soy sauce and other things. Oh, that's right. I completely forgot. Well, I guess since it's been a while, I should go treasure hunting. What's this now? Everyone was no longer in the mood for club activities. If I kept on trying to push the matter, it may make them realize I trick up my sleeve. Oh well, I'll give up this time. Man, I was really looking forward to playing it. I shuffled through the cards as I was still caught up on it. The next opportunity, I shall give you a sound thrashing. Ho ho ho! The murderer is Sadako. Murder weapon is a pistol. And it was you after all. What did you say? Then I'll just... Sadako looked through the cards on the desk and stuck out 3 of them at me. The murderer is Keiichi. In the lounge with a rope. I don't need no rope. I'll just strangle you like this. No! Keiichi-san is such a beast! You! Well, I guess it's a good thing that I got that out of my system. Man, I'll remember this, Keiichi-kun. Keiichi-san, I'll remember this. She was used to playing, she was used as a plaything for quite a while. How unfortunate. Cute, cute. Everyone got ready to go back home. I also helped gather up the scattered cards. I suddenly paused. It was just the suspect cards, but I noticed something strange. Rena, Sadako, Rika, Keiichi, Mion, Satoshi. Satoshi? Not all the cards were made by us. Or at least every card besides this one has a name of the club member. Does this mean that this Satoshi fellow is a member? Was there someone in this class named Satoshi? Couldn't find anyone named Satoshi in this class. A roster stuck up on the wall. Keiichi-kun, let's hurry and finish club cleaning. Being rushed by Rena, I finished up quickly. Sadako and Rika-chan had already headed merely for their lockers, so we were the only ones left in the classroom. Right now, Rena had already gotten her bag and was ready to leave. Rena, must be quite a few people who transfer from the school, right? I tried asking Rena in a bit of a roundabout way. Rena made a troubled face and then answered, yeah, Hinamizawa is a rural town, you know, right? Some people transfer out every now and then. Huh. Then this Satoshi... Then is Satoshi another one of those transferees? Sorry. I don't really know. There was a bit of a pause, but the answer was pretty much immediate. I'm not saying it to be mean. Just last year, I transferred in, so maybe I just missed him. So I didn't hear much about him. Sorry. I am not sure. Sorry. Her answer was a lot like when she refused to tell me about the murder at the dam. I was saddened by her denial and felt a little bit of anger. I'm their friend, aren't I? Friends don't keep secrets from their friends, do they? Dog, you're keeping a big secret too. I don't. Though I do appreciate that they kept the unsettling curse thing from me. But if everyone is worried about it, I'd rather be worried with them. That's what it means to be friends, right? For a moment, I wondered just What kind of face I was making just then with these mixed feelings and sadness and annoyance. Keiichi-kun, you're making a scary face. Why is it? Why? It was probably exactly the kind of face Rena said it was. It appeared my grim expression had frightened her. Sorry. I was really looking forward to the club today. I'm just feeling down about it. I rustled Rena's hair. Let's go home. Dragging that awkward mood with us, we headed home. Okay. I wonder why. Why have I been getting this dumb feeling lately? I don't know anything. I had nothing to worry about. I was just enjoying my everyday life. My long, outstretched shadow gave no answer to my naive inquiry. Keiichi-kun, are you tired, maybe? Maybe? Rena timidly questioned the reason behind my mood. I'm sure my expression made this situation even more unsettling. You think so? Yeah. You seem to have been a little out of it ever since this morning. Maybe a cold? Physically, I was pretty sure I was perfectly healthy. It may not seem like it, but I've had perfect attendance since elementary school. Rena continued on since I didn't give her an answer. It could be that the fatigue from moving has finally caught up to you. Completely different from where you used to live. After all, of course, you've gotten tired since there's so much you've got used to and remember. Maybe that's it. Yeah, it has to be. Rena was also like that at first too. I could tell. You know, you know. I wonder if Rena also experiences the slight of alienation, a slight bit of alienation. Last year that I was feeling right now, thinking so, I felt that she was the only one who could understand how I felt. I'd like to hear about when you first came to Hinamizawa. How was it? Feeling I had been drawn into the conversation, her face suddenly brightened. It was the same as Keiichi-kun. I didn't know the villagers' names at all. Michan and the rest were all very kind, so I wasn't lonely. But I did feel a little out of place. Rena told me all the details of when she had moved here. All of her first acquaintances and surprises, worries, and good times. So, Sadako got you? Too? Yeah. There was a thumbtack on the back of thumbtack put on my chair. There we go. Poke. Then, with that, yeah, that really takes me back. Wonder what the fuck she was about to say, bro. When were you invited into the club? First day? Nah, it wasn't a club at the beginning. It was formed partway through. One day she said that we should stay after and hold a big game tournament. Come to think of it, Mion did say she was the first club president. And now I get it. This is a secret, but Michan used to be really bad at the beginning. He'd never win. Huh? Mion? Really? Mion used to be garbage? I can't even imagine that. She had to do most of the penalties that she came up with. Seriously, don't tell. Can't believe Mion was like that. So she gradually transformed into a monster who used any means necessary to win during that time. Mion is at her best when she's fighting dirty. I began making more friends besides Michan and after that. But yeah, it might have only been since you moved here that I had finally felt like I had gotten used to it. I guess Rena had also been left in the dark about Oyashiro-sama when she had just moved here. I guess when they finally told me about Oyashiro-sama, I'd be concerned. Or one of them. I'd be considered one of them, my bad. I wonder when I'll finally be considered one of them. Huh? Did you say something? Ah, sorry. Just talking to myself. Keiichi-kun, you're silly. Yeah, silly. Rena was poking fun and laughing at me, and I couldn't help but laugh as well. But I suddenly stopped. And after making up my mind, I spoke. Okay, please tell me you're not gonna tell his lady about the what the cop told you. Hey, Rena, is there something that everyone is keeping from me? Huh? No, not at all. You're lying, aren't you? Rena suddenly stopped. Her expression was cold and intense. What do you mean by that, Keiichi-kun? Her tone was still still the same cheery and light-hearted one as before. You are, aren't you? Keeping something from me. After understanding what I meant, her expression tense. Seeing that face, I regretted saying something so rash. But she came back at me in the way I didn't expect. Whoa! Demon eyes. Well then, Keiichi-kun. Aren't you keeping something from us? Whoa, whoa, okay. She got demon mode activated. Okay. Huh? Her tone didn't change, but it was the first time I'd seen this expression from Rena. With how her gaze pierced through me, I couldn't believe that this was the same Rena. Aren't you? Lies are secrets. Aren't you? You are. Secrets. She didn't actually say that part, but she looked as if she did. The incident with Tomitaki-san and how I felt alienated from the group. Even without having to think about it, there were things I knew that I felt guilty about. Holy shit! What the fuck? We're really on the creepy mode, okay? But I didn't tell everyone about what happened with Tomitaki-san to be considerate. Yeah. I was keeping it a secret just the same way they didn't tell me about Oyashiro-sama. How do you fucking respond? Like, she hit you with the you're keeping shit for us, huh? Yo, how the fuck do we reply to this, bro? Then aren't we even? No, I'm not. No lies or secrets. Liar. Her answer was instant and it shook me. Rena stared as if burrowing through me, watching me like a hawk. Why would you say that I'm lying? Didn't you say that you were called to the teacher's room yesterday during the club meeting, Keiichi-kun? I know. You didn't go to the teacher's room. I swallowed hard. It clearly wasn't a bluff. You knew what happened. The teacher said you had a guest, didn't she? But you didn't talk at the entrance. You talked inside of the car near the gate. Or near the school gate with some man we didn't know. Oh, Rena knew everything. You knew that I was called up by Oshi-san and that I heard about the incident with Tomitaki as well. Did she know all of it? Exactly who was that man? I don't know him. Why did someone you don't know have business with you? Okay, yeah, like, yo, you could, bro could have said it was my uncle, bro. Bro could have had, he could have said something, bro. It's my estranged uncle. Ah, shit. I want to know that myself. Then what did you talk about? It was nothing to do with you guys. I don't even know what to fucking say, bro. It's like, god damn. This shit, like, it's like, dude. Holy shit. It was a lie. Lies! Rena's scream echoed through the trees, sending frightened birds into the air. Whoa! I couldn't exhale the deep breath I just taken. No, it was like I wasn't allowed to exhale. It was here I first realized. The person in front of me, he wasn't Rena Ryugu. Then who was it that was standing before me now? Who had assumed Rena Ryugu's appearance? I had held my breath for so long I couldn't feel myself suffocating. Right? And then she made a facial expression that Rena normally would have made. It didn't matter that it was Rena's usual smile. It killed me to the bone. She drew closer to me. I felt her breath against my face. It wasn't the least bit exciting. Whoever this was with Rena's face was going to chew my nose right off. I cowered as I imagined that. Then she smirked as if she was able to see right through me. We also have secrets, just like how Keiichi-kun has secrets. It was Rena's usual smile, but her eyes were still that of a hawk. Bringing her face close enough to mine to almost bump into my nose, she kindly persuaded me. I couldn't nod or shake my head. This person standing in front of me, this person who looked like Rena, frightened me to my core. I was terrified knowing that she could hear the sound of my swallowing nervously. After what felt like an eternity, after a long empty silence, she finally spoke. Let's go. It's getting chilly. It was Rena again, smiling at me once more. She started walking as if nothing has happened at all. What the fuck? When I was released from her gaze, my legs gave out from under me and I slumped to the ground. I wasn't able to lift a finger until Rena was out of sight. Who was that? I felt cold. My body was drenched in sweat. I was finally able to form a coherent thought, and I asked myself once again, who was that person who looked like Rena Ryugu? God damn, boy. God damn, boy. What the fuck? Holy shit. I was out of it and couldn't bring myself to do anything until dinner except stare blankly into space. Was I terrified from Rena going off on me? No, that's not right. That was someone else who only looked like Rena. Then who could it have been? It was a dreadful feeling, knowing that was someone else, not Rena. So tomorrow I shouldn't have a problem talking to Rena like I usually do. That thought was strangely comforting. I included that I could just calm down and clear my head. Though those thoughts continued swirling around in my mind. Finally, I returned to my senses and I heard my mother calling out to me from the bottom of the steps. Keiichi! It's a call from the bookstore. Bookstore? Can't think of why they'd be calling me. I went downstairs and picked up the receiver anyway. My apologies for calling so late at night. It's me, Oishi of the Okinomiya bookshop. Oishi-san? Oh, it's Oishi-san. Sorry. Since your parents picked up, I said I was from the bookstore. It puts people off when I say I'm a police officer. Oishi-san was, in his own way, rather courteous. Even so, I didn't want my parents hearing me talk to the police. I brought the cordless phone with me as I dashed up to my room and on the second floor. Sorry for calling so late. That phone number on the piece of paper I gave you yesterday was an old number. My apologies. Can you copy down the number I'm about to give you? Yeah. Okay. He gave me the number for his direct line as I wrote it down. I thought that was the end of it, but he began making pointless small talk, and it was pretty hard to hang up. So how has it been, Maebara-san? Did anything strange happen recently? I see. This is the real reason. He really beat around the bush there. His adult conversational skills left me slack-jawed. Yo, holy fuck, dude. Crazy things are happening, bro. Are you from around here, Oshi-san? Yeah, I am. Born and raised in Okinomiya. If he's from around here, he might know. Oshi-san, do you know about what this Oni Kakushi thing is about? I believe that's when somebody suddenly vanishes because they've been abducted by a demon. It's a special saying from around here. It has the same meaning as spirited away like everyone else says. Whereas my friends would say that they didn't know when I asked. The older man gave me a direct answer. It made me a bit happy that he answered me directly without trying to hide everything or anything. Hinamizawa was not sure if I should tell you this, Meibara-san. Don't try to play this off. If you're not going to talk to me or talk, then I'm not going to tell you anything. No. That's not what I meant. It's just that it may make you feel bad. You see, long ago, Hinamizawa was feared as the village where demons reside. Demons? By demons, you mean those pitchfork-carrying things from hell? More like human-eating monsters. They'd go down to the villages, snatching people up, and gobble them down. That kind of tale. Demons snatching people up is what this Oni Kakushi really means. They said that the curse and being demoned away happened together. What does that mean? I already knew about the mysterious deaths happening 5 years in a row. But I didn't know there were people disappearing for those same 5 years. The curse and being demoned away happened together? First time I've heard of that. Is that how it is, Meibara-san? That's what I want to know. I heard Rena and Mion talking about it. They said that if it was really Oyashiro-sama's curse, then both of the curse and the demoning away would happen. Oshi-san began hemming and hawing on the other end of the receiver. Maybe something about that came to mind. Hey, Meibara-san, do you know about the first incident? The murder by dismemberment? Yeah. One of the 6 perpetrators is still on the run, right? Hypothetically. What if he wasn't on the run, but he was demoned away? That would be interesting. Huh? It was an outrageous hypothesis from Oishi-san. The incident 4 years ago was the particularly ghastly one. The police already knew the perpetrators, so they posted tons of wanted posters with his face on them. They stalked out various locations and investigated every possible escape route he had. But after 4 years, there wasn't even a single hint of where he may be. Unless the police were completely incompetent. Even if it was an outrageous hypothesis, I couldn't simply laugh it off. Then what about the incident the next year? When the man who supported the project and his wife were both died in an accident. Well, actually, it was only the husband who died in the accident. His wife's body was never surfaced. Oh. Unless we find the body, then it's considered a missing person by law. At the time of the incident, with the river below the cliff being muddy rapids, the police divers had searched every branch and of the main stream of the river for dozens of miles, but in the end, they weren't able to find her body. But that's just them not being able to find the body, right? She's still dead, right? Isn't it different from her being demoned away? Well, you cannot say someone is dead without their body. Until a certain number of years has passed, by law, she's treated as still alive. I'm not sure if it was the right thing to call that being demoned away. The wife is missing. At least that part was reality. How about the 3rd year? The Shinto priest died of illness and his wife committed suicide? Meibara-san, that's actually the exact same scenario. The wife had supposedly thrown herself into the bottomless marsh deep in the forest around Hinamizawa, meaning it's all circumstantial evidence. They simply found her suicide note in front of the marsh. A diver was able to recover a few remnants, but they weren't able to find a body. Holy fuck, dude. The investigative headquarters believed that she had faked her death and she was still alive somewhere. I'm not sure if we could call these cases as being demoned away. Holy fuck, dude. Oh, wait, that just gets rid of that. My bad. It's just that, as you said, every year, one person dies, or one person does go missing, and the other dies. The incident this year, the woman with Tomitake-san has gone missing. Then what about the incident with the housewife being beaten to death? Who went missing? I believe the perpetrator was caught, right? Yeah, we arrested him. He was just a miscreant with a record of narcotics abuse. He admitted to the crime while being questioned about a different incident. But, well, you see, after he was arrested, a child from the victim's home went missing. Of course, of course. It's still under investigation as to whether the disappearances or the disappearance had anything to do with the crime. But you still said you caught him, right? Did he have an accomplice? No idea. It's considered a separate case. Moreover, we can't even check now because while under investigation, the man, he died in his holding cell. He swallowed a spork and choked to death. Nah. He swallowed a spork and choked to death. That's funny as shit. That's funny as fuck. It's not known whether it was an accident or suicide. Meaning for the last 5 years, there's always been one person who dies and one person who goes missing. That's about right. No, actually, I'm surprised as well. I never realized that they had it in common. I couldn't believe that this could help lead to the closing of those incidents. It was just something they had in common. Could it be that those demoned away have something in common? Oishi-san mumbled as he seemed to be thinking about it. So I summarized the events. First year was the dam employee. Second year was the wife and the dam employee, or dam project supporter. Third year was the wife of the Shinto priest. Fourth year was the victim's family's child. And the fifth year was the victim's girlfriend, I guess. It doesn't seem like there's anything that connects them. With the exception of the first year, wives and girlfriends, those do stand out. It does seem that, like, there are a lot. Then that means the fourth year's child was different. It would mean that they really stood out. It would have really stood out if it were all married couples, except it's not just married couples, but parents and children as well. Come to think of it, I believe Tomitake-san also told me the younger brother is alive and has moved, if I recall correctly. The child that went missing in the fourth year, who were they? Apparently he was quite mature. 1 year older than you. His name was Satoshi Hojo. Whoa! Satoshi? Whoa, okay. Satoshi? I remember that name. Didn't they tell me Satoshi transferred out last year? He was at your school up until last year. Didn't they tell you anything about him? Come to think of it, when I transferred in, I believe they said my seat belonged to a recent transfer student. And where I sat once belonged to the one who was demoned away. It was his seat. I recall that the cold sensation that came from the desk. It made my hair stand on end. The string of mysterious deaths. No, Oyashiro-sama's curse. I now knew it. I now knew how it connected to me. That chilling sensation, it was the feeling of Oyashiro-sama caressing the back of my neck. Oyashiro-sama's curse, huh? Could Oyashiro-sama's curse really exist? In all honesty, I was beginning to believe it, and I was scared. That was why I wanted to say it was a plot crafted by a man and not the work of a curse. But the more I dug into it, the less likely that seemed. The more I dug, the more mysterious it became. If I kept digging, eventually I'd reach the point where I'd learn something I really shouldn't know. To either be none the wiser or to seek an answer I may regret. Which one would I be happier with? That's true. Like, would you be happy? Like, would you be happy lying to yourself, or would you be happy with the truth? You know, or would you be sad with the truth? Correction. Sad with the truth or happy with the lies? Maybe it'll be me next time. My execution could only be delayed for 1 year. That was when I remembered. Rena said she may be the next victim of the curse. You mean Rena Ryugu-san? She transferred in the last year and she's your classmate, isn't she? These incidents really might be a bit too disturbing for a girl. She's not just scared, is she? It wasn't that. She said that she might be her next. It might be her next. She said it in a way that made me think she had a concrete reason behind it. It felt like she was convinced. Almost as if, you could say frightened. Or sudden change in demeanor. That someone who looked like Rena but wasn't Rena. That might be unrelated. All the strange things that I felt from Rena today came back to me. I see. Then I'll be doing doing an investigation, or a bit of investigating on this end. Please continue your observations of Ryugu-san, Meibara-san. Are you asking me to keep Rena under surveillance? That's not what I meant, Meibara-san. I just want you to watch out for your friend so that she doesn't end up the next victim. Yo, what's good, Ash? How we doing, man? At that moment, just as my mouth was agape, because I was so impressed by his mature, clever way of words. Knock, knock. Sudden knock of the door sent my heart racing. In an instant, I had pointlessly covered up the end of the receiver. Keiichi, hit the door, please. Alright, that's good, Ash. On the other side of the door, I heard my father's oddly upbeat voice. What could it be? So late. Sorry, my dad just came in. Can we leave it at this for the night? Yeah. My apologies again for calling so late. If you find anything else out, please let me know. I'll tell you if I make any progress on this end. Well, then, have a pleasant evening. Keiichi, hurry up and open. Dad's got his hand full. What is Dad doing? I'd stayed in the same position while on the phone the whole time. My joints were aching. When I opened the door, I saw my father was standing there with a tray. On the tray were cookies and 2 cups of black tea, a fairly fancy spread for our household. There was even sugar and lemon slices on the end. Everything you could ask for. This is quite a show of hospitality. What's going on, Dad? What's all this for? Come now, don't play around, Keiichi. Coming in. Dad was in high spirits and had a smirk on his face, but for my entire life, I've never seen him act like this hospitable. What has gotten into him? So, what were you talking about? I jumped. It's nothing. It's not something I had to keep from my father. But how could I explain it to him that I was talking to a detective? I'm assuming he was. This late at night. Not much. Just a friend. I don't mean the phone. He was here, wasn't she? Rena-chan. What? Huh? He wasn't here. Come now. Don't try to keep it from me. She just came over to play. You two were chatting away, so I thought I'd bring some tea, but looks like I missed her. I had no idea what Dad was talking about. But a cold sweat dripped down my neck. How long were we talking? Oh! Rena-chan went upstairs about half an hour after, so it was close to an hour, I guess. Oh, shit. She heard the whole conversation with this nigga. Oh. You saw her come in? Come up to the 2nd floor? Yeah, I did. I also told her that your room was the door down the hall up the stairs. Rena came to my house about an hour ago. Dad met her at the door and called out to me on the 2nd floor. I probably didn't hear him because I was too focused on the conversation with Oishi-san. I didn't reply, but I knew I was in my room. So we had her come inside. Then told her my room was on the 2nd floor. She thanked my dad and went upstairs. Then about an hour passed. He passed by my dad, so he was bringing up tea and left. He came upstairs about an hour passed. Then passed, okay. And then by my dad and returned home. Then, after she came upstairs and until she left, where was Rena? There's only a short hallway between my room and the stairs. Meaning, Rena had, for about an hour, in the hall. No, she couldn't have just been standing in front of my door all that time. The door to my room wasn't particularly thick. You could easily hear everything being said out inside. All the ominous things and all the nonsense I spoke to Oishi-san about began rushing through my head. Honey, don't tease him. More importantly, you need to clean up your studio. It's a mess again. Mom yelled up at Dad from downstairs. Dad left the tray with me and went downstairs with a disappointed chortle. I followed my dad out of the room with my eyes. I looked down at the floor around the doorway where Rena might have stood all that time. Just now. As I was talking to Oshi-san with my back turned, Rena was standing a mere 6 feet away from me the whole time? That's crazy. All that time in this dimly lit doorway. What did she see? What did she hear? For what reason? As the steam from the teacups ominously wafted and twisted, the aroma of black tea filled my room. That's fucking crazy. That's fucking insane. Holy shit. It's, yo, it's just getting to the crazy shit. Okay. All right. All right, I think I'm gonna wrap up today's stream. Holy shit. We just got a whole bunch of fucking information just like slammed on us in this one. Rena a demon, we knew that, but like I didn't expect it to be immediately basically. I didn't expect Tomitake-san to be basically dead. Yeah, we're at chapter 8, so we have a few more chapters left. Holy shit. I've been streaming for like 2 hours. God fucking damn, dude. Rena, absolute fucking menace. She absolutely like seduced us like crazy, bro. Holy fuck. Anyways, I got nothing else, bro. I'm gonna hit the dash, bro. I'll catch y'all later. Peace.